Howdy, BeefLoveBard here, and welcome back. And while I am uploading video number 3, let's fix a problem that I ran into and kind of screwed up. So I've been doing this on the fly, and I kind of make it up as I go, but it generally works out most of the time. Excuse me. Alright, I want you to take everything that we created. After the sequence, you get your event tick, and then sequence, and then delete everything else. Get rid of everything after it. So we're going to have just the event tick and sequence. I'm going to compile and save. What do you want? What are you complaining about? You can go away too. So we're going to create a sequence. And then from pin 1, we are going to do a branch, and we're going to clean this up, but I'm not going to be able to clean up as much as I want because of the way that I have to do this. So, and we're working on the Glock 17, so G17 picked up. We're going to get that. Alright, so we're checking to see if the G17 has been picked up. If the answer is yes, we're going to, and let's do this the correct way, we're going to set has G17. Hold down the alternate key and drag and drop. Okay, we're going to set has G17. We're going to come back to it, and we're going to use that function later anyway. But here's where we need to put in a seldom used one. It's called do once. Do O-N-C-E. Do once. Okay? Because we only want this to do one time. That's it. Alright? And then we want to spawn actor from class. And we are spawning G17 underscore WPN. We're going to get our spawn transform by finding it right here, where it just says make transform. We're going to slap that puppy dog right there. Alright, and then we're going to move on to attach to component. And again, we're going to use holster. We're not going to put it in our hands right now. We're going to go ahead and throw it in our holster. We need to get a reference to our mesh and hook that into the parent. Again, who's your daddy? We are going to snap to target. And then, hey, good enough. Now we can kind of hide a little bit of this stuff to kind of clean it up. But let's go ahead and compile and save. And let's test it out. Nothing up my sleeve, nothing on my hip. There we go. We walked over the Glock. It picked it up automatically and threw it right on our hip. We are good to go. And now we have a Glock 17. We can run around. It doesn't move. It doesn't fall off. It's good to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and save all. See, I made the changes to here, but it's auto transferring over to there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight these nodes here. Not the do once. You can't do that. I've already found this out the hard way. It does not like this process, what we're getting ready to do, to use a do once. So highlight these 4. Right click on any of it, collapse to function, G17 picked up. We just created a whole new function, and it's not that much smaller. Well, it is. It brings you down to this, and we can go ahead and highlight all of these, and we're going to go ahead and right click on it, create comment from selection, Glock picked up. There. So now we can actually come back over to our sequence and repeat this over and over and over again. But we're going to go ahead and compile. We're going to save. And we're going to make sure that we didn't kill it, because I have several times already. All right. We now have the Glock. So we can come back in, and we're going to attach the MP5 into slot 1. I'm going to go ahead and run this over here, get a branch. And we want to come back to our weapon. MP5 picked up. We're going to go ahead and get a reference to that. All right, awesome. And then we're going to set has MP5 off of the true node or pin, and click yes. We are going to select do once. Lovely. Spawn actor from class. And of course, we made our, that's AK, we made our MP5 underscore WPN. And I may have cut that out of a video that I've had to re-edit this a couple times, so I'll go back and show you all that I did in those two. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and do attach to component. Again, grab your mesh. We're going to drag it directly off from here, and we're going to drop it right on top of the parent. And then we're just going to get it from right there and just drag it down. That's another way you can quickly attach things to it. Again, snap the target. Now, we want this to go to slot 1. Right. Lovely. All right, let's compile. Okay. You suck, because we forgot to put in make transform. How you let me do that? You guys are terrible. You let me forget something so simple. Compile and save. Now let's run in here. We can run over here and grab us a grok. Hey, it disappeared completely. Alright, so why did it fail? This is the process you run into quite a bit whenever you're doing this kind of stuff. The weapon completely disappears because I obviously forgot something somewhere. Let's verify that we did this correctly. And there's a couple things that we can do in order to troubleshoot problems. I'm going to drag from the pin right here, and I'm going to say print text. It's ugly, but bear with it. And we're just going to put in here, did I actually pick it up, or did I screw it up? It doesn't matter what you write in here. It just needs to be something that's a visible reference to know, hey, I've gotten that far in the script. So did I get far enough to attach it to a component? Nope, obviously not. So we have to figure out why it hasn't got to that point yet. MP5 picked up. MP5 WPN. We have set has MP5. So all else fails. We haven't got to this point right here yet. So we haven't told it to spawn the actor. So there's a problem somewhere else. So we're going to look really quickly. All we did in here was we added the MP5 and we added a skeletal mesh. That's all we've done inside that weapon's blueprint. Glance in here really quickly. Aha, see? We didn't have this checked. MP5 picked up. So we're going to go ahead and check that. Compile and save. I'm going to go ahead and ditch the text off the back of that, so we know we picked it up because it disappears. So we're going to make sure we have a save all done. And what happens now if we run over the MP5? Hey, it works. It's amazing what happens whenever you click on everything. So without skipping a beat, let's go ahead and jump right back in. We need to dump that, reconnect that. We could do these, right click, collapse to function, and we're going to call this MP5 picked. Doesn't matter what we call it, we know what it is, right? Lovely. And if we want, we can go ahead and surround this with goodness. That way we can just grab from here and drag the whole kit and caboodle around. Now we just need to add one more pin. We need to go ahead and do a branch. We need to grab from our weapons, AKM picked up. We're going to control left click drop to get a get. Does that make sense? And because we want to be neat, clean, and lovely, we're just going to move that around. We're going to set has AKM to true. We are going to do once. And yes, again, we can copy and paste, but you know what? Repetition. You get used to doing things, and it's easier for you to recall where your mistakes were. So we need to spawn actor from class. And what we are trying to spawn is the AKM underscore WPN. We are going to make transform. We're going to come over here and drag from the blue return value, attach to component, get your skeletal mesh reference, and we need to snap to target. If you don't do these, what will happen is it may spawn at your feed, it may spawn in the middle of your map, it just does all kind of weird stupid stuff. So then we can do this. Collapse to function, AKM picked. Doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and compile, save. Go ahead and move this just to clean it up a little bit more. Surround this with goodness. AKM picked up. All right. And it's going to work. I have faith. It's going to be awesome. But since we forgot to check that one box over there, okay, yeah, we should be good. So now, walk over here, we can pick up the Glock. We can walk over here, pick up the MP5, walk over here, and this is why you need to snap the target, because that happens. Unless you're trying to do some plowing with your AK, then that's something you're going to have to address. And now, who can tell me what I forgot? I already know what it is, because I'm moving a little bit too quickly. I didn't pay attention to one particular thing. I didn't tell it where to spawn. So we need to tell it to spawn into slot 2. Awesome. That will work now. We'll come back to, I created some new variables in here, and we may or may not use them. We'll come back to them. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video after we confirm that it's working. We got the Glock, we got the MP5, And we got the AK. And they look absolutely horrible sitting on his back like that, but that's not my problem. We'll fix that at another time. So now you can walk around and you have weapons that you have picked up. They move with the body, and it all works. Alright, so we're going to cut this video off here. In the next video, we're going to actually assign the ability to put them in our hands, which means we're going to have to start establishing some animations, and yeah, that's going to be fun. Alright, so keep with me. It gets better. We're almost there to where we can actually put them in our hands and be able to cycle through the 1, 2, and 3 keys to put them in our hands. And who knows, later on we could actually put in a knife in the number 4 key and be able to cycle between 4 different weapons. So keep watching, and we'll see you on the next one.